Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, those in between and those far out. Welcome to the U Idaho Esports Twitch channel. For longtime viewers, for those who might not know me, my name is Kaz Phoenix, maybe also known as Nav or Navigator to some people who know me a little bit closer in here. Once again, wow, that's totally what I meant to say. Once again, I'm here at the couch in the analytics corner. With our pre-show interview guest, Brandon Brackett. Brandon, welcome to the corner. Is the couch comfortable?
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
I like asking people that. I don't know why. I find the couch is awesome.
What would you do if somebody said no?
I don't know.
That's the risk you're taking.
That is the risk I'm taking. Like, maybe it makes me excited to get that answer because it's like it's an edge case I got to think about, you know? Maybe we'll think about it when the time comes. But thank you for deciding to join us today, Brandon. Always a pleasure to be able to talk to you. For those of you who don't know, Brandon works as the Director of Student Involvement at the Department of Student Involvement. The acronyms are the same there. And he is the guy who oversees our program for the most part. And he Spock's boss in a more formal sense. But do you want to talk about a little bit more of what your job entails here at the university?
Yeah, I mean it's really it's one of those positions where you have to be kind of a you have to have a diversity of skills, I guess. So like DSI, it kind of is this holding house for a lot of different student activities programs that are under running. So under it, there's the Student Sustainability Cooperative. There's a Vandal Entertainment Programming Committee that we've almost hired somebody for that position now. There's Student Media, which is the Argonaut, and QE and the Ad Avenue Agency. There's Esports. There's just in Food Pantry. There's just a lot of different areas, and my job is to try to enhance those programs, right? And so you can't do a blanket approach to all those different events, and at the same time, like I'm not close enough in those programs that I have the ability to micromanage, and so it's this weird give and take of basically trying to put the directors of those programs in the best position I can for them to be successful. And then I get to directly advise ASUI, which is the Associated Students in University of Idaho, which I actually really enjoy. I like having one-on-one conversations, especially with this year. Shay and Brian have been great to work with. And yeah, that's a lot of fun for me. So maybe someday that isn't under me, but I want to keep it. So yeah, might as well. Yeah.
Well, sounds pretty cool. Similar to Dean Kaler, who we had on the couch yesterday. It seems like you have your feet in like a lot of different pools. You have your hands in a lot of different baskets. It sounds complicated, but I do admire it anyway. Bureaucracy is important for a well-maintained institution, and obviously keeping our program afloat as well.
Sure.
We've worked very closely with you throughout the development of this program. And I would argue that I think I've known you the entire time you've been here, almost, because I believe that you started your position here at U of I in 2023.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going into my third year now. So I've got 2 under my belt.
Did you start like earlier in the year in 2023?
Yeah, September 11th, which, not a great day. But yeah, that was my first day.
Oh. That's super interesting. 2023, fall 23 was also my first semester. So we share a little bit of tenure in the university, I'd say. I think it's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. We got mad cred.
Yeah. But you also, obviously, you've been here for not too long, but you're not new to the area.
No.
You've been not only working with Washington State, but you also studied there. You did your master's there, and your undergrad there, if I recall correctly. Worked in a lot of residence life positions. I was looking through your LinkedIn, and I was like, oh, there's just a lot of residence life. But I did notice something that you and Dean share in common is that you both got your master's in higher education administration.
Yep.
And I find that interesting because I asked Dean this, and I want to ask you this as well. Like, what made you realize that not like administration, but like that, administration in higher education in secondary institutions or something is something that you wanted to pursue?
Yeah, it was kind of by accident. I was originally a music education major and a history education major, and during Bush's tenure, No Child Left Behind passed,
Uh-huh.
and they changed the certification requirements so that I couldn't certify in both.
Uh-huh.
And there was like a 1 year leniency thing, but I couldn't get it done by 1 year because music and history have like the most classes total. It's ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Um, and my whole plan was, well, I could be a music teacher who teaches history, and even though those two subjects have like the most backlog in terms of teachers looking for jobs, I'd save a school money if I could do both.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that changed, I just decided I liked what I was doing. I was a assistant hall director at that time or head sponsor. Really enjoyed the work. I knew that I wanted to be around education for my life because I love the environment and learning and so I just kind of fell into it and I went and did a bunch of job interviews. I ended up getting a job at WSU and then that paid for my master's program there.
Oh.
And then that's actually what I'm doing here. I got
Yeah,
the
you're
job
pursuing
here.
your doctorate.
Yeah, I'm working
now.
on a doctorate.
Or two of them?
Just one.
I see.
One's enough. Yeah, leadership and organizational development.
I see.
Which
Because I also saw that the philosophy one was there, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you were a philosophy guy? Question mark.
There might be something wrong with my account. I didn't have any philosophy degrees.
I
I did
see.
have minors in like Native American studies and comparative ethnic studies, but yeah, I didn't have any philosophy. Maybe I got something
That
on my
might
LinkedIn wrong.
also explain why you have a couple positions that have been there a long time, unless if you're still doing those, like on top of working in DSI. I also saw that you are a condominium president.
Yes.
For a Crestview in Pullman, actually.
I also didn't plan on doing that. But when we moved into the condos, because we were looking for a place that was single story for my wheelchair, this is the only place we could find. And they immediately knew I'd worked in housing res life, and so they tried to recruit me to the board. And then I've been doing it for 3 years now. My goal is always to avoid finding people. Like I'd rather just talk to people and have conversations. I don't want it to be an organization where everybody's out to get each other. And so that's what I do. And
I love your campaign slogan as well.
My campaign has always been, I'll do it if nobody else will. It's been 3 years now, and it's won every time.
Yeah?
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of do that. It's not a ton of time or anything, but it can be stressful at times. But it's another thing that I just wasn't seeking, but I fell into, right? And I bet the other one you're talking about is NASPA, the National Association of Student Affairs Professionals. I serve on the board for that. And I was the historian there for a long time, and now I'm the Idaho rep. So, but yeah, that's fun too. That's more professional development work.
That's very cool. It seems like you have your hands in a lot of higher divisions as well. I think you just like not saying that you are power hungry, but you find yourselves in a lot of positions of power very naturally.
Yeah,
which I think is very interesting. Now, more to move on to the main topic of broadcast tonight. Tonight will be our League of Legends game against Florida International, team that our school has a little bit of a history, that our League of Legends team, not this specific roster, but the League of Legends team from the Vandals has had some history with. Well, I think that is all fun and all. Obviously, you do manage this department. And I wanted to ask you, as my final question for tonight, what would you say to a student considering coming to U of I, maybe to play esports?
I think University of Idaho, and this is for the esports program as well. It's the perfect size, right? Like it's big enough to have resources, but small enough to where you're not a number to the teachers and to the staff. And that it creates like a sense of family. And it's replicated in the esports program. Like it just seems, you come in here, every time I come in here, I am just so amazed with both what the students can do from a technical standpoint and the way they're able to cooperate. And that doesn't happen naturally. Like it takes being in the crucible, right? Working together and those lessons of being on a team. But Wayne really, the director of this program, fosters that sense of family, and it's supportive, challenging when it needs to be, but it's I think it's easy to start to make this university feel like home, easier than a lot of places I've visited. So
I think I would argue the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I've come through the program. I feel like that's how I feel even today, now going into my third year of college. Well, Brandon, thank you so much for joining us
Thanks for
at the
having me.
couch. I'm glad that you got to see the space again, although you're in here plenty, I'm
here,
sure.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
I'm sorry that we didn't get to mention Joe's Inferno, but go watch Joe's Inferno on YouTube, hosted by Brandon, interviewing faculty and other important members of the University of Idaho, as I do here, but in a different format. That's totally not ripping off another show on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we're not doing it for money or profit. So,
exactly. So it's legal.
It's a parody of love.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to bump this to our casters now, who are going to get you started on this awesome League of Legends gameplay tonight. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy. I guess I'd say I'm signing off, but I'm going to see you back here later tonight. But enjoy the stream and go Vandals.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.